Hey, what's up fellow investors? Are you ready to jump into the finance world and find some awesome insights? Guess what? Today we're going to chat about one of the biggest investors around, Dr. Michael Burry. He's got some pretty cool, dramatic, and unique ways of investing, so you definitely don't want to pass him up. In this video, we're going to check out Michael Burry's latest third-party app filings and spill the beans on the mysteries behind his investment decisions. And guess what? Michael Burry and Warren Buffett have been both buying this stock that's a totally hidden gem. Yep, you got it, two big investors teaming up on one stock. So, if you're into investing, want to learn more, or just looking for some cool insights, then this video is perfect for you. Make sure you watch the whole video to get a good idea of what Michael Burry's been up to with his latest 13F filings, and the stock that's got both him and Buffett interested. So, grab your popcorn and get ready to learn from the best. Hey, if you don't know who Dr. Michael Burry is, let me catch you up real quick. He's the dude who came up with The Big Short and totally called the housing market crash in 2007 and making bank off of it. Since then, he's been making smart moves like getting involved in the whole GameStop thing. I always look forward to Burry's 13F filings every quarter, but his latest one has me confused. Burry's investment choices are pretty interesting, huh? Seems like he's really into Chinese stocks and has invested heavily in regional banks like First Republic, which unfortunately doesn't exist anymore. It's kinda confusing why he did that. What's his plan, and why does he think it's gonna work when nobody else does? Okay, listen up. 13F filings aren't perfect. They're like 45 days late and don't really give the full scoop on an investor's situation. These reports don't include short positions, bonds, swaps, or foreign holdings. So don't take these filings too seriously and think about the bigger picture. Like during the pandemic, traders knew that some meme stocks had crazy high implied volatility in their options. So those hedge fund guys who seem to own stocks like AMC Entertainment might have actually been selling options and using the stock as a hedge. Just a heads up, there's more to the story than what you see. I don't get some of Burry's regional bank investments, even though he's known for being a smart and careful investor. But hey, that's just how it goes. Investing ain't always straightforward, and even the smartest folks can make moves that seem weird at first. As we dive into finance and check out these 13F filings, just remember that there's usually more to the story than what we see. And hey, Burry's latest picks might make you do a double take, but that's just how the market rolls, always keeping us on our toes. So when we peep these 13F filings like Burry's, there's still a ton that we don't know. We don't know if there's any short positions balancing out the long positions. We don't know if he's got 80% cash and the other 20% in stocks or what's up with that. And we don't even know if he still has these. Hang tight as we explore the super cool world of investing and discover the tricks of these money geniuses. This is just the beginning of the adventure. Let's check out what Dr. Michael Burry has been up to lately with his investments. He's got some pretty interesting stocks in his portfolio. So the first one on the list is JD.com. JD, which is actually Burry's biggest investment. Alibaba, ticker symbol BABA, is the second place. Burry tweeted his thoughts on China, suggesting that the Western media might not have it right. He tweeted about President Xi, saying that the old boss is now the new boss. So, should we be buying into China right now? Yeah, there's definitely some risk, but there's also some clear value. Seems like Burry is pretty confident in China's potential with his investments in Alibaba, priced under $90, and JD.com, below $40. Hey, if you think China won't be a total disaster, it might be worth throwing a little cash into some of their top stocks. You could see some nice returns in 5 years. Yeah, but not all those random small caps and IPOs you see in the news are going to be affected by this. But hey, if you're cool with taking risks, there might be some sweet opportunities in China, and it looks like Burry is feeling the same way. So Burry's got Signet Jewelers, or SIG, on his list as the third biggest holding. This looks like a classic Burry move since the stock is trading at about 6.2 times earnings and has good future projections. Signet Jewelers always manages to make a profit, even though their financial statements have shown some ups and downs. Wow, the stock is looking like a real bargain right now, based on its price to earnings ratio. Even if profits went back to how they were before COVID, the stock would still be a good deal. Seems like investing in Signet Jewelers at its current price could be worth it, even though there might be some long-term structural concerns. Let's now check out what Burry bought with Zoom ZM. Zoom used to be a big shot in the tech world, but now it's kind of losing its mojo. It's kind of confusing to figure out what Burry's thinking here, since there are other companies that give away video chat for free with other stuff. Maybe Burry thinks Zoom could make a comeback if there's another wave of COVID-19, and lots of people keep working from home, especially in California. This move's got us like, what the heck, because the competition's no joke. Oh, and by the way, Burry seems to be into banking now. He's been buying up a bunch of different banks. Check it out, New York Community Bank, NYCB, bought the assets of Signature Bank after it failed. This move makes sense since NYCB probably got a really good deal on Signature Bank. Banks usually do better when interest rates are high, as long as they can keep their deposits. But the thing is, if people start losing their deposits, things could go south really quickly. And have you seen his latest 13F filings? It's a revelation. He's been buying up Capital One. Dude, what's cool is that even Warren Buffett's company Berkshire Hathaway bought a bunch of Capital One too. Right now, Capital One is super cheap with a price to earnings ratio of only 9.2x for 2023 earnings. Wow, this thing is really cheap. If you want to check out Capital One's 10Q and 10K filings, you'll see that their business model isn't too hard to figure out. So basically, they paid a tiny bit of interest on deposits and made bank on credit card loans in the first quarter. Oh, and they've got some other loans for regular folks and businesses that don't make as much money, but the credit card loans really bring in the big bucks. When you're slapping on interest rates of 18%, 20%, or even higher on the credit cards, you don't gotta worry about the same duration problems that other banks do. Plus, Capital One's credit risk is pretty low because their customers are cool with paying high yields. It's actually riskier to give big mortgages at low interest rates to people with perfect credit scores because they might still not be able to pay it back. On the other hand, if you do your homework, charging 20% interest to regular folks is a safer bet, even when jobs are hard to come by. Most folks still make paying their credit card bill a top priority. So Capital One isn't exactly recession-proof, but it's a pretty good business that's currently trading at a big discount compared to what it could earn. Hey, even though the dividend yield isn't super exciting on Wall Street, you can still make some money with the 2.2% yield and the expected strong earnings in the next few years. So there you have it, fellow investors, Dr. Michael Burry's recent investment moves and the hidden gem of Capital One. As always, investing involves careful analysis and consideration of the risks involved. But with the alignment of these two seasoned investors, it's worth paying attention to the strategic moves in the market. Stay tuned as we keep digging into the cool world of investing and find out the tricks of these money gurus. Don't forget to smash the like button if you enjoyed the video and subscribe to my channel to be the first to know about cool investment tips. This is just the beginning of the adventure.